Hello, everyone, and welcome once again to the Train Aid HQ. My name is Nick, and in today's video, we are going to be looking at VARK learning styles. This was proposed by Fleming, and in today's video, we are going to be analysing each of the different types of learning styles and investigating more about the questionnaire used within this topic. Once again, folks, please do like the video and subscribe to the channel to receive the latest news and alerts from everyone here at TrainAid. So first of all, thank you for watching. And just from the outset, we're going to investigate VARK. This is quite a large concept within teaching and training. And as a background, it was proposed by Neil Fleming in 1987 to investigate how learners can identify their own preferred learning style. Okay, so within a classroom, you may have, for example, 30 learners. Each one of those learners will learn in a different way. So therefore, it's a challenge of any teacher or trainer to deliver quite dynamic teaching and to keep the focus and attention of everyone within the classroom as well. So we're going to investigate what VARK means and the different types of learning styles. So VARK stands for visual, which is, of course, seeing. Okay, it also incorporates auditory as well, which is obviously listening, reading and writing, and also kinesthetic as well. So that's quite a physical task. That's a physical learning style. So with this proposed four styles of learning proposed by Fleming, this can really help teachers to identify what makes learners tick. Okay, so if we can identify their preferred learning style and the activities that obviously best suit their needs, then we as teachers and trainers, we can start to plan these different types of activities to really help to promote these dynamic classroom environments as well. So VAR can obviously help teachers to maximize their time by focusing on the learning styles that support their learners the most, and also the learning styles that obviously are internal to those learners that of course can influence your learners' future career paths as well. So depending on their learning style, they might go for a career which sort of renders their preferred learning style and working environment as well. So let's have a look in greater detail then about these four learning styles proposed by Fleming. So the term learning styles means the way in which learners prefer to gain, process, and also retain information as well. So everyone will have their own personal and unique style of learning, and we're going to investigate some more information about the big four different styles. So here we have visual. Okay, so if you're a visual learner, you enjoy pictures, films, movies, diagrams as well. So you'd like to be looking at photos and pictures. That's the best way that you retain information as well. Auditory learning, obviously this is listening. Okay, so you could be listening to music, taking part within discussions, lectures as well. So within your classroom environment, that might be quite a busy, quite a loud environment, lots of discussions and debates as well. That's the best way that you like to learn, of course asking questions as well. We have reading and writing. So you might be a note taker. You might like to write down, for example, a list, a to-do list, reading textbooks, of course, and also making notes, perhaps color coding your textbooks and using sticky notes to make lots of notes for you to obviously come back and have a read of the different chapters of a textbook perhaps. And you also have kinesthetic learners. So these are quite active learners. They learn through doing, they like movement, they don't really like to sit still, they like experiment and hands-on activities as well. You can, of course, be multimodal, which is a mixture of two or more different learning styles. So yes, you might have one particular strong style, of learning, but there might be a second learning style which is very close to your preferred style. So you might like a blend of different styles as well. But ultimately, as a teacher, a knowledge of these learning styles is really going to help you to understand what makes your learners tick. Okay, and with that being said, a fantastic initial assessment tool is the VARK questionnaire. There is a website which you can go on to. The link is just down below. And this is a fantastic initial assessment tool, which I get my learners to complete at the start of a new course. It takes roughly 5 to 10 minutes to complete this questionnaire. It doesn't take long at all. There are 16 scenario-based questions, which each learner will complete, and the results will render their preferred learning style, of course. You can obviously print out the questionnaire. You can, of course, do it by hand. There is a scoring chart at the end where you can tally up your preferred learning style as well. So if you wanted to, you can, of course, print this questionnaire. Learners will need a pen to complete this, and they'll tally up their scores, and they will see their preferred learning style as well. So it's very, very interesting, a lot of fun as well. And learners can sort of identify, what makes them tick, how best they like to learn as well. So my advice is to give it a go, and your learners will see how best they like to learn. So within this video, we're really going to break down those 4 key learning styles. We're just going to have a chat just about each type of learning style within greater detail, and also the things that the learners may like and also dislike as well. Of course, there are the 4 learning styles, and you can, of course, have a range of activities which can cater for all of the different learning styles as well. Okay, so the first one is visual. So as the name suggests, visual learners are someone who likes charts. They like images, illustrations, graphs, and diagrams as well. So just within the photo there, we've got obviously the PowerPoint. Learners will really like that. So they'll like to see visual screens. They like graphs, they like images, and they like to really learn through seeing. Okay. Furthermore, visual learners might like to watch YouTube videos, DVDs, documentaries. They also like to use mobile phone apps as well, and other educational sources of information. Anything visual will be good here as well. Paper-based handouts, yes, absolutely. Of course, it must contain lots of images to help learners there. Furthermore, visual learners also like observing practical demonstrations. They also memorize through any type of pictures as well. So if you have displays around your teaching environment, then of course that will go far for visual learners. And they can also find verbal instructions quite a challenge as well. So with visual learners, if you're communicating, try to keep information quite simple, concise, not too much information here, as that can overload them. So try to keep things visual in terms of their preferred learning style as well. So hopefully that has given you some ideas for your activities within your classroom environment there. Now, on to the next section, we have auditory. Okay, as you can see, we have the ear symbol within the image there. Okay, so auditory are learners who prefer to listen. Okay, they like to talk. They like to ask lots of questions as well. So you might have a learner within your environment, your classroom, who is quite conscientious, who likes lots of reassurance, who likes to talk things through. Okay, so yes, as a teacher, you do need to have patience to obviously to listen to the learners' questions and to provide them with answers and, of course, advice advice. Okay, there's nothing wrong with that as well. And now these type of learners, they like lectures. They like the large classroom environments where the tutor is presenting information as well. So of course they are going to be drawn to you as you are going to be talking through the content as well. Auditory learners like to listen to podcasts, audiobooks, and also class recordings as well. So, for example, on Zoom and Teams, if you are recording a lesson, if you're teaching on Zoom or Teams, they are likely to play back the recording to go over, obviously, the actual lesson as well. Auditory learners really enjoy role play activities. They find them quite fun and engaging as well. So be open to role plays as an activity here. But once again, they do like a one-to-one tailored approach where obviously questions can be raised. So it might be useful to approach auditory learners and just to have a one-to-one chat with them, just to say, are you okay with the classroom topic or perhaps the homework that you've set them? And that is going to go really far, because that is going to show that you're interested in their progress, and it's a one-to-one approach as well. Furthermore, in terms of activities, yes, they enjoy discussions and debate. So anything which is going to obviously allow for the learner to get their thoughts and ideas off their chest. They can obviously share their own opinions and ideas as well. These type of learners can become easily distracted within the classroom environment. So yes, it might mean that you as a teacher have to hone them back in. You have to perhaps get them back on track within the lesson as well. And they also have difficulty with written instructions. They do prefer to discuss as well. So perhaps if you're providing this type of learner with a handout, try to keep the information simple, okay, and be open to questions from the written instructions as well. Okay, so once again, for this type of learner, yes, I think very much an active approach, lots of discussions, verbal questions, nominated and open questions as well will go a long way. And hopefully this slide has given you lots of ideas for how to cater with auditory learners. Okay, the next type of learner is those who enjoy reading and writing. Okay, so within your classroom environment, you might have some learners who prefer to note take. Okay, they might arrive to your lesson with perhaps a pen and pad. They make lots of notes. Okay, and as they're listening to you as a teacher, don't be distracted if they're making notes, because that is the best way that they like to learn, and they will write down key words. They might have a highlighter, and they might be once again with your handout. If you've given perhaps your learners handouts, they might be there highlighting keywords. That's absolutely fine. That's how they like to learn as well. This type of learner, they prefer to study alone. They like to take time away from perhaps a noisy classroom environment, and just to kind of reflect and to zone in on the task at hand. And they do like time just to analyze perhaps anything that's written. They like to read books, of course, of journals. They will perhaps read through, a website as well. They do enjoy research, so looking at different points of view is absolutely fine here. Furthermore, this type of learner will enjoy writing lists. Okay, they are key organizers. Okay, so they'll write down lists and to-do lists as well. That's absolutely fine. And yeah, within the classroom environment, I would say give your learners the opportunity to read. This could be some quiet time as a class where they each read perhaps a chapter of a textbook as well. And also getting your learners to read in front of the class as well is going to really help create obviously a really supportive environment here as well. So hopefully these type of activities and preferences have given you some clues on how to cater for learners who prefer a reading and writing style there. Excuse me, our final style within our video is kinesthetic learners. So as we can see in the photo here, this is very much a hands-on approach. This is where you're getting your learners out of their seats and to embark within a physical task or challenge. Okay, so these are tactile learners who enjoy physical resources. They don't like to be sitting down too long, so a lecture style wouldn't really suit these learners. So they can, yes, they can of course become quite bored with a traditional classroom environment. Okay, they learn best through movement, they learn best through doing, and they like to be active rather than passive. So paired work, group work, times challenges, these are really useful within the classroom environment. And also active competition here is really key. So they do enjoy playing games, quizzes. They might be a team leader, for example. They will really relish that opportunity there. So really kinesthetic learners, they do like trial and error activities. They do like to get things wrong, and they repeat the process and trialing out ways to overcome that challenge as well. So if you do have kinesthetic learners within your classroom, of course, try to have some active competition, set some time challenges which are practical, because that is the best way that they like to learn here as well. Okay, so those are our 4 key learning styles. Okay, now when you are learning about VARK and Fleming, it's fantastic because you can use this once again as a fantastic initial assessment tool to find out your students' learning preferences. And why not have a go of the questionnaire yourself, because you will find out your own learning style as well. So it's really useful because you can find out whether you have obviously a room full of visual learners, kinesthetic, reading and writing, auditory. But my advice is to try and have a range of different classroom activities which cater for all learners as well. So try your best to cater for all if you can. Learners, they tend to take accountability for their individual learning style, and therefore outside of the classroom they can obviously use that style to learn about your classroom topic as well. So that learners really do take ownership for how best they like to learn. And of course, you know, as a teacher, you can really sort of plan your activities if you know about your learner's preferred learning style. I quite like to keep my learners questionnaire. Okay, so if I'm with my learners for an academic year, I will keep their learning style questionnaire and I'll write down their preferences so I know how each of my learners best likes to learn, and that's how I can communicate best the subject contents as well. There are some limitations, there are some criticisms with VARK, okay? So learners can feel labeled that they have a singular learning style, and they might be quite reluctant to trial different methods of learning. So, you know, I would argue that, you know, they can trial different learning styles and activities and give new activities a go. So you can say to a learner, okay, it might not be your preferred learning style, but I want you to trial this approach. I want you to become involved within this activity, because you never know, you might succeed within this task or this challenge. You might surprise yourself as well. So learners, when they do the actual questionnaire, they might have a multimodal approach where they have perhaps 2 or more preferred learning styles as well. So it might not just be one learning style that's their preference. There might be a blend of different styles as well. Okay, so that was the VARK Learning Styles questionnaire. Okay, we've investigated the different the types of learning styles as proposed by Fleming. Please have a read of our blog as well for more information. But if you would like any questions, obviously any questions regarding our courses, please do reach out to us, and do have a look at our Instagram and YouTube page for the latest videos and alerts from the team. If you do have any questions regarding our qualifications, please get in contact with us. But once again, thank you for watching. I've been Nick Chadwick, and we hope to see you on one of our courses. Bye for now.